All right, guys. Come on, have a seat. Let's get busy on the warm-up real quick. Another flashback attack. Shouldn't take us about a minute. Warm-up says you have $30 saved from your birthday. You plan to save $5 per week on cutting grass. You're going to write an expression that represents your savings after W weeks. And then you're going to tell me after 4 weeks how much money would you have. Alright. Who's ready to come up and put this on the board for us? Sure. That's the right answer. Awesome.
I don't know about the number of the first one.
Why don't you come up and give it a shot? Okay, how many of you guys got $50 as your answer to part 2? Okay, that's the right answer. Okay, and I like that I'm seeing that you guys are working through it even if you didn't remember how to write the expression. Let me ask you guys something. What's the difference between an equation and an expression? What's an equation have and an expression doesn't?
There's like an answer, like it's in, like it has an equal sign because it's an equation.
It has an equal sign because it's an equation. Exactly. So an expression is going to look pretty similar, right? It's like a mathematical sentence, remember? So we've got some information in here, okay? $30 that we have saved. And then we're going to add $50 or $5 to that every week. Right? Do we know how many weeks yet? Just looking at that first part, do we know how many weeks yet? No. So we're going to write our expression that represents our savings after W weeks, right? W represents weeks. We don't know. That's our unknown. Our unknown is our variable, W. So what's our fixed amount? What do we start with? Okay, $30. And then every week we're adding $5, right? Times, what's our unknown? The number of weeks. So W. Now, we found that $50 because in part 2 it tells us after 4 weeks we're going to have a certain amount of money. So for W we're going to put in 4. Okay? So $30 plus $5 times 4. What's $5 times 4? What is it, Vincent? $5 times 4? Okay, so we've got $30 plus $20, and we know that gives us $50. Now, a lot of you guys didn't necessarily start with that expression, but you thought through and you came up with $50 as your answer. So I'm really glad to see that. We're going to be coming back and hitting some of this stuff. We've got about 3 weeks till K-Prep starts. We're going to see this kind of stuff on K-Prep, so we're going to go back and we're going to review it, okay? Like we've been doing every day before our lesson. We're going to hit it a little bit each day. By the time we get to K-Prep, we're going to remember how to do every bit of this, okay? But today, we've got kind of a cool lesson. We're going to be comparing statistics on NBA players, okay? Remember when we started talking about statistics, we were talking about one of the main things we can do with statistics is find all this cool info about our favorite sports players and we can compare them and figure out who's a better player, right? Well, I've got a table for you that has 3 different NBA players with 5 different types of information from their season. Okay? Well, he's one of them. Well, we're going to find out if he's the best, and we're going to do it mathematically. So here's what you're going to do. Okay? Listen up, because this is important. You're going to choose 2 players to compare. There's 3 on here. Okay, we've got Stephen Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant. You get to choose which 2 you want to compare. Okay, on your sheet, it says player number 1. Whoever you think is your top pick, you're going to put as number 1. Your second pick goes down here on the next table, player number 2. Now, we're going to find the mean, median, mode, and range for these different pieces of information. But this is a lot of information, okay? So it would take us all day and maybe some of tomorrow to calculate all of this. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about what 2 different factors, what 2 pieces of information in this table do you think make somebody the best basketball player? Okay? Our options are total points scored, field goals made. That's field goals 2-point shot, right? 3-pointers made, free throws made, and rebounds. So out of those 5 options, which 2 do you think really matter to be the best basketball player? You're going to choose those 2. You don't have to tell me now, okay? You're going to choose those 2, and you're going to compare those 2 for your 2 different players. You're going to find the mean, median, mode, and range for both of those. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys some scrap paper because you're going to have to rewrite all this information from lowest to highest to find the median and mode, right? I'm going to let you guys work in partners, okay? I'm going to give you 25 minutes to do this. Actually, 25 minutes. We're going to do 25 minutes. And then, once we get to that point, I'm going to give you some more instructions. We've got some questions on the back. We're going to analyze this data, okay? So we're all going to come up with some different data. So we're all going to have a different opinion on who's the best player based on the things we choose to compare. Now, once we do our comparisons, we're going to determine who's the best player. We're going to back that up mathematically. And then we're going to talk about which is the best measure, okay, in order to determine who the best player really is. So we're going to start with 25 minutes on the clock. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to work in groups of 2, okay? So 25 minutes goes by pretty quick. You guys may want to divide and conquer a little bit, okay? Maybe work together and share your information, but you might want to split it up and say, hey, I'm going to take Stephen Curry, and I'm going to take Kevin Durant. I'm okay with that, okay? I want you working together and sharing your information, but I'm okay with you dividing up the work. All right, go on and pick your partners. I'm going to put the timer up on the board. 25 minutes begins. You choose 2 different players, and you compare the top 2 things that you think are the important factors. Time has begun. You got 25 minutes. You're going to both, yes, you're going to choose 2 players together, okay? But you've got to compare them, so you're going to have LeBron James and somebody else. As a team, you all decide who those 2 are, okay? Carlos, So, okay. First thing you do, choose 2 players as a team. Okay? Then you're going to choose the top 2 things that you think, the top 2 categories that you think, when you compare them, is going to give you the best picture of who really is the best player. Okay? So for me, if I was looking at this, I might say, well, I think Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant. Okay? And now, out of all the information I've got here, I might think total points scored and 3-pointers were the 2 most important things. Okay? So those would be the things that I'm going to compare. I'm going to find, for both Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant, I'm going to find the mean, median, mode, and range for total points scored and for 3-pointers. And then I'm going to come down here, Kevin Durant, I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, once I've got all that information, and it's going to take me a while to get that information. Once I've got all that information, then I'm going to compare the 2. And I'm going to make a determination of who's the best player based on that information.
And the next one can we write?
Yeah, absolutely. I can also bring you guys some scrap paper. I know this There's a lot of information to reorganize here, so let me get you guys some strap paper.
I guess.
Did you write on any of this?
Total plan and kill bill.
Put those in order.
I mean, this is for himself. We're doing total point
So, how do I run the meeting?
No, but
How many
numbers
games?
there are.
How many games are they playing? So you're gonna back up.
They're supposed to be in the 49.
Yeah. Why he doesn't?
No.
Yes. In order to find the median, you've got to reorganize those from least to greatest. And then, since it's 20 numbers, what happens when you get to the middle? There's going to be two numbers, right?
Well, I don't know who's looking at that. Yeah. Oh, and then go back down.
You got it. That's really the thing I think that takes the most time, is reorganize that entire list of least to greatest.
2.25.
So you guys are doing field goal and total points.
What? I thought it was 2.45. Yeah, 45. Did you get the point scored?
Not that bad, idiot. Best shooter in the world.
Oh. You want me to see it? Yeah, I was in 7th grade. Wait, so I can find low reports, more quality people. Okay. Well, you have one of the old ones, so this is something.
A lot of people have the right answers already. Yeah, you're right. Sure.
There's 3 people there. There's 7 grades.
So when you find the baby,
I'm doing both.
Some of you guys are really flying through this and getting a lot of information really quickly. If you wanted to really dive deep into who you think is the better player, if you've got time, you can go back and choose another thing to compare. You don't have to. I'm just saying if you really wanted a lot of information to base your decision on, you could go back through and do all batting categories. Okay, so the thing about that is, see how these are not in any particular order? You need to go back through and put them in order from least to greatest. That's why I gave you some scrap paper. Go back and rewrite those from least to greatest, and then you can start crossing one out on each side and get down to the center, right? And that'll get you to
There's 7 twos.
do what?
There's 7 twos and 7 threes.
What happens if you have two that are the exact same?
They're both in the mode. At first I didn't have any. But it's still crazy.
What do you think is the right answer?
Oh yeah, I forgot to do that.
How many games did you play? Yeah, absolutely. Any piece of information that's part of that data set counts, right? It's going to make a big difference in your range, too. Right? So if the 0 was in there more times than anything else, what would be your method? If the 0 was in there more than any other number, then it could be, right?
You just heard me say this.
I thought you did all of those.
It is on.
So 25, no, the lowest is 30.
Lowest time. I'm so green. You alright with the 0? It's first, I just said on the range to track from the least number to the greatest. So it will just be 40. It will just be 40. Right?
4 is the greatest.
Yeah. On the
0 is
range.
your least.
So
4 minus 2.
oh, did you I'm not Josh. What? What? 29. Okay, I need to do medium for 3 corners.
You guys are doing all of them? So,
What? Somebody on that paper? I think
you organize all of those from least to greatest and then medium.
I just went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Because what happens if the two highest numbers were in the middle?
Where is the bike?
Right? I mean, in games 10 and 11, you might score way more points than you did in any other game. So it kind of throw us off a little bit. It would be a clean medium, right?
It's just 1.
Yeah. So that's why we put the more
Medium is just 1.
That takes, that's my weakness. You don't have to worry, you guys are almost done. You still have 13 minutes.
Did you get Stephen Curry and Stone Balls? Yes.
So now that you guys have got your meetings, I know what these meetings, what you need to do with this list. I'd be starting on that because you're down to, we're about half time, guys, 12 and a half minutes left, okay? So if you haven't already started reorganizing those lists, from least to greatest, this would be the time to start. Can you have one? Tell me what you have.
I got all those, and I did 3 plus 4, 5, and 1, I mean 5. No, I didn't have it. It's right about 2.
2 balls and 9.7.
It's 2.5.
Why is this?
It's 2.5. Where's me? What kind of papers? Wait, are you already killed those? Wait, what's
I did it wrong. I didn't know you put it multiple times.
now I gotta add all those other ones. Wait, you get ready? Was that the one? Where's the laser?
Look at it like and then tell me when I think it's 33.
Okay, so you need to find the more.
See, I keep forgetting to put it on.
So, how did you find your meeting? Because it looks to me like the meeting is occurring right. What did you do? So to find that median, median is the average, right? We add all these numbers up, right? And then we divide by the amount of numbers there were. So 20, right? It plays a total of 28 in this table. So once we add all those up, and we divide by 20, and that gives us our average, right? Now it looks like it's not going to be the same for most of these guys. Okay? I know that this one's right. Let's go back and double check this one. If we're looking at LeBron James, we're going to add all those together, divide by 20. See if we can get your number, okay? Yeah, you got your package. About 10 minutes left, guys. Well, I'm just saying, guys. Okay, so if you're done, you still got about 9 minutes left. What I want you to do if you're done, choose another thing. No, not another basketball player. Choose another category so that you can sort of beef up your data. Okay, so whatever you think would be the next most important factor, go on and do the same thing for those. Find the mean, median, mode, or average for both players. About what don't you know how to do? About median? Okay. So where's your list? Which one do you want?
Remote is,
Okay. So that list right there, in order to get the median, your phone says put the numbers in order from least to greatest. That's step one. So we're going to take all these numbers, put them in order from least to greatest. So I just rewrite them right up here. Okay. What's your smallest number in that list? And that's going to go into slot number one. And we're going to do that until we get all the way through 20 games from least to greatest. Just reorganizing that information. Okay. So do that step first. Then, once we get them in order, you're going to mark off the high and low values. So mark off one on each end until you get down to the center. Once you get to the center, that's your median. Now, if there's two numbers in the center, what do we have to do? Yeah? So first step, put them in order. Go on and get as much information as you can. You got about 6.5 minutes. Yeah, put them in order, take some time. I know.
You said least to greatest?
Least to greatest?
I bet that's you said greatest.
Either way is fine, actually. It doesn't matter. As long as they're in order, it really doesn't matter. Because when you go to the center, the two in the center are going to be the same, whether it's least to greatest or greatest to least. So if you start doing it that way, don't take the time to go back and redo it.
Oh, man. Yeah, put it in order.
Yeah, I have mine. Then I have to mark them
I got it. I wouldn't barely had one. I put all my numbers. Should be low.
28. Mr. Fisher, didn't you say that a median shouldn't be a decimal? Okay.
Done? You guys read what this is for each player. And what's the grade? One. Okay. So, yeah. Alright. So, here's the whole list. On the back side. Start here. Okay. Based on your analysis, these players. Which player do you think is the best basketball player? Now here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to each answer that question independently. Okay? That means by yourself. Then we're going to discuss it with your partner and then as a group. Okay? So start off by looking at your data on your own. Which one do you think? I'm interested to see if you guys both come up with the same conclusion.
When we're at least a day, we have to put like that number just once. I mean, like with it.
I'm sorry, do what?
Like when we're putting in order, do we have to put like if there's 2 lines, do we put 2 lines?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Sure
Sure do.
Yeah.
You guys still have about 3-4 minutes? You want to do one more? Okay. What do you think would be the next most important? Let's go on to three things. Okay. So let's look at the data on field goals. You guys are going to have a really complete picture to look at and compare these two guys. It's a lot of information. Tell you what, I'm trying to divide and conquer. Restart doing the wins for these two things. So just something. Divide. I don't care how you divide it up. But there's only 3 minutes left. You need that data so we can compare it. Okay?
Wait.
Wait, you need the Stephen Curry? Stephen Curry or the blonde?
You don't have any data for Stephen Curry. You need data for both players. So that's what I'm saying. Divide up some of that data. You've got less than 3 minutes left. So scores are saying total points scored and were those the two that you originally showed as your most important? Okay, so you look
Oh, my dear boy.
Erase this.
I see the logic in both your arguments. We're going to discuss it here in just a minute, okay? We've got about a minute and a half left. Did you add them all together? Yeah, each one. Each one. Add them all together, then you begin to divide that.
I'm already doing the news.
That's what you get when you divide that. That's your mean, right?
I know we're both right. Okay, now what we do?
Crossing off the ones on the ends until you get to the middle.
I didn't put mine in order.
You guys are running out of time. Good.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I gotta say that same thing. So, alright, slow.
The mean is the average. And divide on the number of numbers that there are. Let me get your calculator. Yes.
Come on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers. So you divide by 10, which you can post right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. Time's up. Looks like you guys have a lot of data to compare, okay? So, here's what I want you to do. Turn your papers over. On the back side, we have got some questions that we're going to talk about. Okay? Says directions. Answer each question independently and then discuss your answer with your partner. Be prepared to share and debate your answers with the whole class. Okay, we've got 3 different questions here. First one says, based on your analysis, so that's all the data you just created, of these NBA player statistics, which player do you think is the best basketball player? This isn't a group decision. I want you to answer this. Because your answer might be totally different than your partner's, even though you've got the same data. Okay? Explain your answer using complete sentences. Second question. Which measure of central tendency, mean, medium, mode, do you think is the most accurate measure of an NBA player's overall performance? Write a little paragraph to explain. Okay? You might think that the mode is the most accurate. You might think that the mean is the most accurate. I don't know. I want to know what you think about it. Okay? And then the third question, which measure of central tendency do you think is the least accurate measure of an NBA player's overall performance? Write a quick paragraph to answer that. I want you to answer those 3 questions independently. Then, once you're done, you're going to discuss your answers with your partner. You can debate it. Maybe your partner has some different piece of information that he's taken into the equation that might make you change your thinking. That's okay. Maybe you agree with your position and you want to try and convince him. regardless, I want you to discuss it, and then we're going to talk about it as a class. I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes to answer the questions. Then we're going to discuss. I'm going to reset our timer for 5 minutes. Go on and start answering. Oh, I put 50 minutes. When it gets to 45, we're done. Here, I'm going to adjust that.
I'm asking you which one of these measure to the most out for the term. Why? And then out of those same ones, which one do you think is the least out? I'm asking you, which one do you think is the best measure to determine the overall? I would try to represent. I left range off because I felt like too many people would choose it as the least accurate. I wanted to see, based on those three, which one. Yeah? Hopefully you're doing like just a few more seconds to finish up here. I know what I'm going to say. You guys are both done. You're on the first.
All you put the range smile, you can put those numbers.
Actually, we're out there. That's how we feel about it. We're at a lot. I can't let you go to the restroom, but get hot. You can run quick drink of water. We're back there. We're about to start a discussion. Four, three, two, one. Okay. Hopefully everybody has gotten finished. Looks like most of you guys are. Let's go on and turn to your partners. Quickly discuss your answers to these questions. 2 minutes, I'm going to start calling on people and we're going to discuss this as a whole group. But for right now, discuss it with your partner. Huh? Well, still can't say it. It's okay. As long as you know that, you correct it, whatever you need to do, you know that. Four, three, two, one. Alright. What do you guys think? Who is the best basketball player? What do you think? Why? Okay, Kevin Durant, because defense wins games and he's got more rebounds. What do you think, Caleb?
I say Stephen Curry because his stats are better than like KD because like he gets more 3-pointers and he gets also more field goals.
Okay. Anybody else have a different opinion? What do you think, John? Okay. Okay, so you thought field goals was most important? Okay. So, what do you think is the most important measure of central tendency in order to determine a player's overall performance? Well, but which measure? Mean, median, mode. Which one do you think is the most important for measuring that accuracy? Okay. He said mean. Anybody agree? Anybody have a different opinion? What do you think? Why do you think mode? Okay, so for you, being that you think rebounds are most important, that mode showing how many times they got a bunch of rebounds is more important. Okay. Anybody else? Different opinion? What about least important?
Augustine, what'd you say was least important?
I thought the main thing is the at the end for the NBA.
Okay. Why do you think it's the least important?
Because it's just like for me, you have to find the numbers in the middle, and then like I don't get like why it just asks for the number in the middle. Like it doesn't have to do nothing with the percentage or the decimal.
Okay. That's a really good point. The middle number may not be any reflection of the average.
I agree with you.
Or the percentage.
I say it's like you just put two scores that he did in one game and you combine them by two.
Yeah, you're right. It may not be the best predictor. Okay, guys, real quick at the bottom of your sheet, I want you to rate your progress. Do you need more practice? Do you get this? Okay? Circle that. Make sure your name is on this. You're going to turn it in the tray on the way out the door, okay? Do me a favor, go on and clear your calculators and turn them off. I'm going to come around and collect them. Have a great day, guys. I will see you all tomorrow. We put the scrap paper in the recycle bin. Everything else goes in the tray for me. Make sure your name is on everything.